an unbelievable amounts of wheel spin. Can't get the throttle down at all. As soon as we're trying to get the throttle, it's like VTEC kicks in, and we just can't go anywhere. We squirm to the left and the right, and that costs us 3 positions right at the back. For whatever reason, I felt like going in this feature to make sure I did a good job, and pushing that hard, I just tap his back end, go all the way around, and then Calabesi with abbreviated Calab on there. I had rather really not happy with the performance or his win, and just rammed him straight out of the way. Hello everybody and welcome to Karlskoga. Welcome to the Swedish Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen, coming off probably the worst performance of our season, and hopefully remains to be the worst performance of our season, because that was really a bad race in Monza. Karlskoga, the Swedish Grand Prix track of 1962 and 1963, I believe, in F1. Obviously, it has been majorly modified since then, obviously, for safety reasons, for different types of racing, for different track layouts, you know, etc, etc. I think we do still get some Formula racing here, like Formula 3 or whatnot, but it's mainly used for the STCC, the Swedish Touring Car Championship. So, but nevertheless, it is an awesome full-on track, and I really do enjoy the flow here. And it's going to play host to our A1 Grand Prix cars today. And as we know, in this series, even if I like a track, it can go quite horribly wrong in terms of how practice felt. As you're going to see some my setup here, I'm playing with my setup, etc. I kind of went for the Estoril style setup. I thought it would be better to get the corner sections, the flowy sections nailed dead on, rather than have that extra top line speed. So I went with a higher downforce setting than the AI cars, which, as you're going to see throughout the race, kind of hindered me a bit again in the straights, which is to be expected, really. It's something I've just got used to as a result of setups, which is quite nice to see. So we're going into turn 1. We got that a bit wrong, because obviously first lap's feeling out the track, but I had half an hour to get used to the track, so it was no biggie. I don't think an awful lot happened in practice. I think it was quite died down, a bit watered down, just trying to feel the track and get used to it. For the rest of the weekend, the qualifying session and the race weekend, which is going to be 25 laps here at Karlskoga. And luckily for me, thank the heavens, thank the Lord even, or whatever you want to say, it's not going to rain. There's no rain on the forecast sheets, so thank for that. I'm not going to say that, that'd be a bit over the top, but here we are, coming on to our first flying lap, and we got a lap in. It wasn't that great. We make a mistake, overcooked the tyres in that sector, and tried pushing with really overheated tyres, and as you can see, kind of didn't want to go the way I wanted it to. So coming on to our 6th lap of practice, onto our 7th, we finally get a fast lap in, a really good competitive lap, and that brought a smile to my face, knowing that I had finally knocked it down. And things were looking good, but like I said before, in Monza things looked good in practice, so I kept my mouth shut and decided to get my head down and get on with the job in qualifying. We got the privilege of first car out, I think, in qualifying. The AI decided to stay in for a little longer, so we got a clean track-ish for now. No cars in the way. Obviously, being the first car out there, you tend to have a bit of less rubber laid down, so it's kind of hard to get the tyres warmed up, but that's not a problem. We've got it all sorted down. This is on our first flying lap. We are being held up by Lindgren, I believe that is, on this lap. Use this slipstream to get into first though, and that's a decent lap so far from ourselves. And as we get that first lap on, that is a mistake that's really easy to make. All that happens when you make that mistake is you haven't hit the apex on the outside, and if you don't hit the apex on the outside, you have to wait like a delay to get on the throttle, because there's no grip. And obviously I hit the throttle straight away like I was on the apex, and things did not go to plan, as you probably saw. So here we are, coming on our third hot lap now. We're in position 4. And we smash the times and get ourselves into the 40s, I think, there. And get ourselves into pole position, which was enough to secure that pole position. And then it was time for the race. My Achilles heel of the weekend, if you like. I can do so well in qualifying and practice, and then I can let it all go in the race, which, fingers crossed, ladies and gents, that's not going to be a problem today. We're hoping we've backed that one right out of the equation, and all we have to do now is try focus on getting that grade A start. Here we are then, on the grid. The free lights have come on. Get the revs up to about 16,000. Lights have gone out and wheel spin. Oh, and we've swerved across the track, and I think we tapped someone there. So that's not good news for me or the person that got hit, sadly, as someone's trying to make a move down our inside, but we've managed to hold it around the outside. And now we've got to catch up to the two who stole our pole position from us before we even got to the first corner. So that's going to be something I'm going to start practicing in practice from now on, is my starts, because that has really wounded us before the race has really got down. So Delgado and McTavish again making another appearance from Monza. He didn't have too amazing of a performance in Monza, but he's looking like he's brought it all to play here now, the Scotsman at Sweden. So we just got to follow these guys around and wait for an opportunity to arise. This track is a little like Monaco. It's kind of hard to make a move. The only realistic place you want to make a move is coming into turn 1, which we're doing now. And as you can see, the high wing settings holding us back a little bit here, so we might have to tuck in. But they've braked really early, and we've thrown it right round the inside. I don't think anyone saw that coming. I didn't even see that coming. That was more of an avoiding him, if you like, more than anything else. It's rare to see an ASEB car this far up in the season, by the way. So here we are, coming onto the straight. This is a replay, sounding amazing, obviously. He just brakes really early up behind McTavish even, and we just catch him napping, effectively. And we take that second position back, and we're on the attack on the Scotsman now. So with the Scotsman, as you see, it's now lap 11. It just became following him around at this distance for the majority of the race. No real moves really establishing themselves, like no opportunities, but still following him around and hoping to make one, and lock up there under a slipstream. Gonna have to take the exit road, but the tyres are dirty from the exit road, and I've binned it. It wouldn't be an A1 Grand Prix with gaming now if I didn't bin it at least one point in the race, would it? That is really a very heavy swear word came out of my helmet, I think, when I made that move. But I lose one position. They're quite far up the road now. I decided to cut my losses and actually come in for a pit stop with a little bit of fuel, as our engineer allows us to come in, and some new tyres. Now, you don't really need fuel if you're going to be driving quite lenient or fair, not even aggressively. This should be a no fuel stop race, but knowing me, I don't want to make that mistake at Laguna Seca like I did again. So what I'm doing is I'm putting a little bit of fuel in there, so I have the fuel to push as we come into the silent pit lane due to the fast forward feature, so you guys get to hear my lovely voice and my lovely computer fans, as you can probably hear in the background. But here we are, refueling. Doesn't take too long, because we only put about 10 or so litres in. The tyres are what take the most time, really, but as you can see, it's such a small track how many positions we're losing. We even get overlapped by a few people. As you see, when we came out, we get a free killer flag, and at this point these guys ahead of us were a lap up on us due to them not stopping yet. So on lap 16 of 25, that's really not a position I thought I would be in at Karlskoga, considering my pace, but like usual, something like this happens. But if I was going to have any chance in the remaining 9 laps, I needed to unlap myself, and which I have done. We get a blue flag warning immediately, but we're faster. I felt I was faster, so I thought, no, I'm not yielding. I'm the faster car. I am getting out of here, and I'm going to attack the next car, which is row. Is it that row? I think that's row. It's really hard to see. I apologise. So yeah, and a few cars pitting out. Lap 18, were coming in to attack J. Cole. That's 17. Coming in to attack him and gain another position. There's a few cars at pits. It's bumped us up to 10th. We've hit him accidentally. Again, him braking earlier than I expected, but more like a nudge to let him know we're here. And now another little nudge to say, come on, get on with it. Let's get going. Let's work our way to the front. So at this point, diving down his inside at the next best opportunity after turn 1, and that has got us up into P9 on lap 18. I prefer to say into P1 on lap 18, but that's sadly not the case in this instant, which is quite sad. But nevertheless, we've got to get our head down and get as many points as we can from this. It's all wrong, as we see Calabresi in the pits there, and that pushes us up to P8. Now, lap 19, all behind is Lennart's. That is Lennart's, I believe. So up behind him, trying to get past him, and we've got the run on him, but our high wing settings don't really allow us to get going all that much. So lap 20, it's kind of looking a bit iffy. Oh, we've had a heavy shunt there on him. That's my fault, guys. I do apologise for that. And again, just trying to outbrake him. But now we're going to try make up for that mistake by going right around his outside, and that's a beautiful move. Yeah, I do say so myself. We pulled off a really good move on Lennart's, and we're up to P7 in lap 20. We're on a storm at this point, just trying to gain anything as we get a bit crossed up with the grass, but we're trying to gain as much as we can out of this. So we're just pushing flat out. We got the extra fuel in that stop in case something like this happened, so we could just push all the way. Lap 21 now, not a lot happening, it has to be said, but not a lot happening from that. Definitely not now. So I've binned it twice now, which is a really annoying thing. But the tyres, lap 21, they're quite old now, they're way past the pushing point, and I'm pushing them as we kind of collect someone rejoining the track. So again, my bad there, guys, but the tyres are dead, and I'm pushing them, and it's really not working, as we made the same mistake we made in practice or qualifying. I can't remember at this point. Lap 24 of 25, it's looking like this is our coming home position, as we're trying to get the back end in check. It's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. I think that's Lennart's. That might be a position we swoop up. So our best opportunity, I think, now is to get 7th place. So it's a hardcore battle with Lennart's to the end now, I think. And what's this happening? Why is everyone pitting so late in the race? We've just jumped from P8 to P4. They've run out of fuel. The guys who didn't fuel stop didn't drive conservatively, and we've got the jump on them. They've run out of fuel, and now a podium out of nowhere is on the cards straight ahead. That is Bourne. That's Bourne for 3rd place, and no, come on, we're trying to push, but the tyres won't let us. But we simply have no other choice in the matter. We need to push. We need to get them. So I'm doing the best I can, short shifting to get the power away, and I don't think we're going to catch them, but we're so close to Bourne. We need to push as hard as we can. We know we're faster in this last corner. It's one of our strongest corners so far. Are we going to get them? It's going to be close. As they're pulling in the pits as well. They've run out of fuel the very next lap. That was McTavish there. McTavish is retired on the last lap. Hine takes the win. And we've got a 2nd from nowhere. Murray Walker would be proud. Anything can happen in this series, guys. I think this puts the nail in the coffin. This tells you anything will happen. This Grand Prix weekend is never predictable in A1, and it is really something great about this race series on Racer 7. That was really, I had no idea. I knew that I was going to be putting fuel in, but the fact that they didn't was really something else. So Hine took the win from me. Kranjuk's the championship leader. Calabresi coming up from out of nowhere as well. Roldan, Delgado, Lindgren and Lennart's gaining on that as well. And that just shows you, on the cool down lap, Hine ran out of fuel. He just had enough. But look how many people retired due to no fuel. These people just thought, you know, we'll make it. We don't need to fuel up. And they've pushed, battling each other, and they've all run out of fuel. And I've got a golden weekend out of nowhere, and that's pushed me up into 3rd. And does that give our championship breath a bit more power behind it? I think it has. We're right up behind Hein. Kranjut's lead has definitely come down. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.